With pepper balls, tear gas, and people being tackled during largely peaceful protests, some are questioning whether Metro Police have added to the tension on the streets of Las Vegas. 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears took first-hand accounts and protester videos to Metro leadership to question their role in the civil unrest.
They've arrested a few people.
At first, Alejandro Rosales' video from May 29th is pretty boring.
Originally Friday, I kind of just went to observe.
It's the second night of protests in Las Vegas, and for about 4 minutes,
But it's pretty tame right now.
Alejandro stands on the sidewalk narrating the scene.
There was the bicyclists that crossed the street. There was the couple that walked down the street. So I was like, okay, it's okay to cross the street.
Turns out it wasn't. Alejandro's video cuts out moments after he's tackled by a Metro officer in riot gear. No orders, no warning.
I'm not instigating anything. I was literally there as, to my knowledge, a legal observer. And then that happened, so I was just in shock,
He was arrested, charged with failure to disperse, and taken to jail.
To this day, I don't really understand why.
A judge didn't understand either, at least not the part about bail Alejandro had to post. The chief judge of Las Vegas Justice Court issued an administrative order about the misdemeanor arrests that had to post bail. She called it a clerical error and said that 25 different people were due refunds of their bail amount in the interest of justice. We took Alejandro's video and others to Metro Captain Nicole Splinter.
When this gentleman goes and waits his turn to cross in the crosswalk, he is tackled by an officer and subsequently arrested. From your perspective, what are we seeing in that video?
The videos that you sent me were actually my first time seeing those, and I don't have an answer for that. I know that right now, I believe there's 17 cases that are actually in internal affairs that people have submitted videos for.
Why are you shooting me? I live here. Oh, why are you shooting at me?
Splinter says the department is committed to investigating questionable police conduct in scenes like these and these.
Whoa, what the?
Like Alejandro, this man was tackled by an officer and dragged away after crossing the street.
It was the first time I saw that one as well, and again, I don't have an answer for why that occurred.
Another man was threatened while filming an arrest.
All I did was say no justice, no peace. That's all I did. And I got tackled and told I was resisting, and I didn't resist anything. I didn't resist anything, and I didn't. You're next.
Protect and serve.
Yes, sir. You can go now. We're going, sir. You're going. Sir, we're going. I promise. This is your one chance. We're going. All you got to do is ask me. That's the first time you ask me. I'm just a person like you, man. I'm leaving.
After he turns and continues walking away, law enforcement fires pepper balls.
Jesus Christ! Jesus, man! What the What the dude? Nobody's doing You already got everybody in handcuffs!
We see the little snippets of video, but we need to get a bigger, clearer picture as to what's going on. And then those officers are going to have to come in and articulate the actions that they took that day. We have to let that process play through with internal affairs and see if those officers are sustained for using any kind of excessive force that night or during the protests.
Okay.
Metro's use of force policy was updated just 2 weeks before the protests began. It says an officer's use of force must balance against the level of resistance exhibited by the subject and take into account the nature and severity of the crime underlying the police and citizen interaction.
It's hard to balance that. Can you understand how people that are seeing these videos and doing as I do and reading the policy might have difficulty meshing the two?
Absolutely.
She emphasizes that there is room for change, but says it's already in progress, highlighting Metro's track record of reform, reduction in officer-involved shootings, and increased use of less lethal force.
We're not perfect at all. We will make mistakes, but this department is extremely sincere in wanting to be the best. The sheriff is adamant on being transparent and holding our officers accountable. The public demands it, and we do the best we can.
Alejandro Rosales is adding his voice to those demands, helping to propose new state law. Among other things, the bill's authors want every police officer in the state to have a body-worn camera, which must be activated anytime they interact with the public.
I would say the stuff we're trying to achieve is just like accountability for authority.
So that stuff like this doesn't happen again when people are just trying to be heard.
We're trying to make a statement, but that's the extent that we're trying to do.
Darcy Spears, 13 investigates.
Well, Metro leadership says police accountability could have been stronger, but a bill that passed in last legislative session altered that. Now tomorrow, 13 investigates lawmakers and their possible role in all of this.